And when Ireland voted down the Constitution, they were flabbergasted. And they were saying to Ireland, look at all we did for you, and this is how you treat us? I guess Ireland said, we understand what you did, but we weren't willing to give you our soul.
Well, Ireland did better after they left, didn't they?
No, they did worse.
They did worse.
But the reason is that the world economy's coming down around everybody's head. And there's nobody's going to be spared. Nobody. I mean, unemployment throughout the world will probably average 45, 50%. And the Western countries probably average 30, 35%. Easy. I mean, look at the layoffs. I mean, I just got handed a communique that just came in. I saw it earlier today. Macy's, the second largest U.S. department store,
7,000.
is eliminating 7,000 jobs. 3.9% of its workforce, which is really small. And it's only the beginning. All you people out there don't get it. You need a filter for water. You need dehydrated and freeze-dried food. And you need assault weapons. And you need gold and silver coins. And if you're wealthy, you can gamble on gold and silver stocks. And if you're not doing that, and you have the means to do so, you better see a psychiatrist fast.
Thousands of protesters have rallied across Russia to criticize the government's economic policies and its response to the global financial crisis. Russian police forcefully broke up many of the anti-government protests on Saturday, arresting dozens of demonstrators.
Well, quite frankly, they've got nothing to complain about. Russia has been very well run. And, it's a far cry from where they were 10 years ago. And it's a far cry from where they were under communism. And I can see riots in some of the other places. But Russia, for the last 100 years, they've never had it so good. Maybe they're disappointed that they can't make $1,000 a month instead of $500 a month. But they're just going to have to wait for it and go through what everybody else is going through, which has been caused by the Western bankers. The bankster gangsters. And, people in Mexico get the same salary, $500 a month. In fact, a lot of them get less than that, and the same in Russia as well. But you got to remember, both economies are evolving, and they've never had high wages. But I don't think they had a lot of room to do the demonstrating that they did. Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Romania, Greece, in France, absolutely. Wait till you see them start up in England. This march has been going on. The people want their gun rights back because of this massive amount of usage of knives and holding people up and killing them. And home invasion robberies where nobody's armed except the guys that come with their guns.
Will a lot of that misdirected anger, will that ever turn to the Western bankers?
Oh, yes. Wait till America goes. And for that matter, even part of Canada, I would expect in Ontario and Quebec, there might be trouble because they're losing all of their jobs in manufacturing, just like the United States and Western Europe have. And who did it? The bankers did it, the international corporations, your local brokerage house. They're all behind that. They don't care what happens to the world. They just want power and money. Now, That's why you don't hear anything on Wall Street. People know what's going on. Hey, I got to make a living. I don't care what they do, as long as it doesn't affect me. They turn around and they get a bullet in their head. Oh, it affected them. Shouldn't have turned to the right. He should have turned to the left. But those things happen. We're going to enter into extraordinarily violent times. People who normally would never be violent will be. You don't have any food and you can't feed your children. You have no house, no car. You're living under a bridge and you get an AK-47. You tell me what you're going to do. It's pretty simple. You don't have to be any genius to figure it out. And that's where we're headed. I don't like this any more than anybody else is, but if somebody else knows a different direction that we can and we will head in, let me know. I really want to know about it. So I can talk about it if it's doable. And throwing goo-gobs of money at problems is not doable. It is not going to change anything.
According to Der Spiegel, U.S. President Barack Obama is driving a wedge between the parties in Germany's grand coalition government. Merkel is keeping her distance, while Foreign Minister Steinmeier is making overtures to the new president and ruffling feathers in the process. Any comments on that, Bob?
The political process is controlled from behind the scenes in Germany and France both, and in England, and most of Europe by Illuminists. Merkel does what she's told. Sarkozy does what he's told. That moron in London, Gordon Brown, he certainly does what he's told. And the effeminate character who preceded him, Tony Blair, was equally pliable. And, of course, the smaller countries don't have anything to say about anything. They just told what to do, and if you don't do it, well, you got a problem. I mean, it's a predatory world. It's not competitive, it's predatory. And societies reach a point in history where they have revolutions. When the people in power go too far, and that's what they've done this time. They want world government now. Well, they're not going to get it. They're going to have a very untimely meeting with a guy named Smith and Wesson, or Colt. That's what's going to happen to them.
And we are out of time. We got about 30 seconds left of the program, and folks, we're still saving up those questions. We'll get to them. Bob, thank you for answering the questions so in depth and detail. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I've learned so much in the almost 5 years that we've been doing these programs. 800-375-4188 for your complimentary entry to the International Forecaster, and of course the number for your gold and silver coin need. And